Howdy, brothers and sisters out there in YouTube land. This here is Grateful Panic, and I got another video for you guys today. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the LionSteel Shuffler Clipjack. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and dive into what I carried today. And what I carried today, besides this guy, was the Suwannee River Knives Sodden. Great little knife. Love this guy. Got this in a trade with JR, and actually it came as quite a surprise because I thought everything was said and done, and he sent me more knives than I was expecting, so that was a really nice surprise. But that's just the kind of guy JR is. Really great guy. I also carried the Browse Blades Sniper, which is it's become my probably one of my most treasured knives, and this was a gift from JB over at BigRedEDC, and it hasn't left my hand or pocket since I got it. I absolutely love that knife. My Swiss Army knife carry for today was the Victorinox Alox Pioneer, and I need to put a little bit of paracord on there because that's just kind of my thing when it comes to Swiss Army knives. And my flashlight carry, since it was the weekend, is the Olight S Mini Baton in raw brass. Great little flashlight. And that about covers it for my carry. So I guess that leads us into what am I drinking today? And today I'm drinking on something. It's a little tip of the hat to my buddy David Vanderstelt, because I know this is one of his favorites. But this is Founders All Day IPA Session Ale, and it's some really good stuff. It's got a really good flavor to it, but it's not overly strong. You can sip on a couple throughout the day and won't end up with your face down in the dirt. So, with all that being said, that means it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. The knife of the hour, the knife that we've all been waiting for, or at least the knife that I've been waiting for, the review knife. And like I said, today we are going to be reviewing the LionSteel. This is the Collector Knives, I guess, version, series, whatever, of they collaborated with LionSteel to make what they're calling the Euro Barlow, and I think that's a very fitting name because it's a kind of a sleek European looking knife, and it's got the large bolster on one end, which is reminiscent of the Barlow. And before we get down to the meat and taters of this guy, let's go ahead and look at the measurements and materials. And this one is in, they had several different cover options, but this one is in the white bone micarta. And while it's absolutely beautiful, I love micarta. I don't have, this is the only knife I've been able to get in this white bone micarta. I do have a Barkey in antique ivory micarta, but it's not this white, so I'm a little bit hesitant to carry it during the week at work or what have you, because I'm afraid of getting this micarta dirty. So this has become my weekend carry. It's the LionSteel Shuffler, and this version is the Clipjack because, as you can see, it's a clip point. It's in M390 blade steel. The liners and the bolster and all the hardware are titanium. It's got a closed length of 3 3/4 inches. It's got a full blade length of 2 15/16 inches, and the cutting edge is 2 5/8 inches, and that gives us an overall length of 6 11/16 inches. It does have a half stop, and the walk and talk on this guy is absolutely phenomenal. A little bit sluggish, but you know, with time and working that pivot in and flushing it out, I think this is just gonna open and close like a dream. And if you'll excuse me for just half a second, I need to grab my scale. I forgot to grab the scale, and I do want to give you a visual weight on it. Oh, here we go. A little out of sorts. I'm trying a new setup here, and it seems to be working all right. The lighting seems to be a lot better. I've been having some issues with lighting and having enough space, so kind of expanded everything, and I'm pretty pleased with it so far. And it's good to be able to do videos inside, so I don't have to count on the sunlight to make a video. Alrighty, so we're looking at 2.2 ounces, which that's a really lightweight little knife, which converts to 61 grams. So yeah, I mean, there's no weight at all to this guy, and I carry it in this slip that I got from Collector's Knives or CollectorKnives.net, and it's absolutely awesome for, you know, because I've got some other slips that I use quite frequently, but I mostly use them for trapper size knives because one of them is you wear it horizontally on the belt, which I absolutely love because I mean it's just so quick, you know, to get that knife out of there. But this one, I basically wear it like you would a modern folder with the clip on the outside. I just kind of slide it in my pocket, and just the clip is showing, and then it's easy just to reach down and slide it right out. So that's my I guess carrying configuration for this guy. And I got to tell you, I haven't done any sharpening or anything on it yet because it came razor sharp from the factory. And I actually one of the viewers commented that he had some issues with the fit and finish. You know, pretty substantial ding on the blade, and some heavy scratches on the cover material. And I feel like that's just kind of one that slipped through the cracks. You know, with QC, maybe they didn't catch that. I know people were really looking forward to getting these knives, and you know, maybe they were trying to get them out and they went a little bit too fast, and it's something that they definitely should have caught. But I feel like if he you know, explains the situation, send it back, they'll gladly replace it, and hopefully he's able to get that sorted out and get as nice of a example of this knife as I did. And one of the things that's really cool about this knife is these aren't hafted. You know, like GEC knives, everything, you know, you got the cover material and everything, it's kind of cut, you know, at just close to where it needs to be, and then after the knife is put together, everything is ground down smooth, so you get those nice transitions. But this guy, I mean, all the components were made separately, and then it was put together, and the fit and finish on it, I mean, the transitions are just amazing, and everything on it that could have, you know, a radius or a chamfer is radius and chamfered, and I mean, it's just, I mean, just so slick. I mean, the back spring is radiused. I mean, it almost looks like, I don't know if I can get it up there for you guys to see, but it almost looks like a knife with a crown spine. I mean, it's just, and it's really just smooth, It's comfortable in the hand. It's the perfect length, when for a slip joint knife, in my opinion. And I love the fact that it's single blade. I do prefer single blade knives, and if it's got more than one blade, I do prefer the jack style knives where both blades are on the same end. I'm not a real big fan of like mooses and canoes and stuff like that where you've got a blade on one end and a blade on the other end. I prefer my knives for if it's not a single blade, I prefer both blades to be on one end. And I'm a huge fan of Barlow style knives. I just think they're just super attractive. Um, and I think I've gone, maybe I haven't, but I think I may have gone over this story, but I'm not sure. I was first introduced to Barlow knives when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and I was reading Huckleberry Finn, and he talks a lot about using his Barlow knife and this and that, and probably a couple weeks after I read the book, we were at my Gawgaw's house, which is what I called my mom's mom, and I mean she lives in a tiny little town in Tennessee called Eagleville, and it's population like 300 people. I mean it's tiny, but there they have these stores. They call them co-ops, and basically it's like a feed and seed store, a hardware store. I think they even got clothes. Basically it's just everything you could want in one store. Kind of like the country version of Walmart. Well, we were in there, and at the counter in a glass case, they had these Barlow knives, and they were like $5. And I begged and begged and begged and begged and convinced my daddy to buy me a Barlow knife because I wanted to be just like Huck Finn because he was my hero. And ever since then, I mean, it wasn't the greatest quality knife. $5. What do you expect? But as an 8-year-old, it's the most awesome thing in the world. So ever since then, I've just been a huge fan of Barlow's and really haven't been able to get my hands on any. And then, lo and behold, along with that Sewanee River knife and the trade, JR sent me just a gorgeous, gorgeous Barlow by Bear & Son, and it's got rosewood handles. I mean, it's just a beautiful knife, and it's a 2-blade Barlow, but I mean, the way it's set up, it's got the small pin blade, and then it's got the regular clip point blade, and so I started carrying that, and now that's my weekday carry, and this guy's my weekend carry. Let's go. I haven't really gone into much detail about the blade. It's hard to see. I'm trying to get this guy to focus in, but basically you got this nice clip point with a cut swedge here, and I like the way they did that swedge, and the spine of the blade is also it's kind of crowned. It's kind of radius there. It's rounded off, and it fits just flush with the back spring. Like I said, the fit and finish on this guy is just amazing. And right here you've got LionSteel, and then it says Italy, and then CK edition, which is collector knives, and you've got the blade steel right here on the Tang M390, and on the back you've got nothing, and I love that. Just a really classy, plain looking blade. I don't like, the name and everything billboarded all across the blade. So, in my opinion, honestly, they did this collaboration between Collector Knives and LionSteel. They're absolutely fabulous knives, and I'm wanting to get the other two. There's a Dom, and the name of the other one is slipping my mind right now, but I will find it out and drop it down in the description. But one of them's it's basically the same knife. One of them's a sheep's foot blade, and the other one is a spear point. But all of them, they just look gorgeous, just really classy, gentleman's carry slip joints. I mean, just really great knives. And like I said, the fit and finish just blew my mind. I was a little hesitant at first, especially because the price on this guy with the quality of materials that they're using, kind of, it was a little low in my opinion. So I was a little nervous that it wouldn't be the greatest of quality. I mean, I knew it would be a good knife, or collector knives wouldn't be putting it out, because I trust them on any knife they pretty much endorse or carry. I know it's going to be a good knife, and if not, if there's some issues with fit and finish, they're going to make it right. So with that being said, that about covers it for this guy, and I can tell you with 100% confidence that this knife gets the Grateful Panic seal of approval, which, as we all know, is 1 3/4 thumbs up. And you know what? Just like the Browse Blades sniper, if I could somehow add another 1/4 inch to this thumb, it would be 2 thumbs up, because both of them are amazing knives. And you know what? Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate you sending guys to the channel and adding more members to the Grateful Panic family. This has been an awesome experience, and I definitely couldn't have done it without you guys. And like I said, I appreciate everything that you guys do. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll just keep on saying it. I have, hands down, the best YouTube family on the face of the planet. You guys are the absolute best, and I greatly appreciate it. So, with that being said, guys, this is Grateful Panic signing off. And remember, stay alert, stay alive, and hey, how about do something nice for somebody today? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.